Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the WJ Keenan High School class of 2022. Graduation is a very memorable and important event for students and their families. We have made every effort to provide a ceremony that will promote a tradition that focuses on the academic accomplishments of our graduates. Consequently, the appropriate atmosphere for a graduation ceremony is to be one of quiet, reflective celebration. Thank you for your help in achieving a dignified graduation ceremony for our students. At this time, please stand for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched. Rockets roll away, bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
You may be seated. I also have the distinct honor of introducing some very distinguished people who continue to play a pivotal role in the academic lives of our students. As they pass forward their knowledge and wisdom, we pay tribute to them today in having them share in this momentous occasion. Board of School Commissioners, Mrs. Cheryl Harris, Chairwoman. Mrs. Angela Clyburn, Vice Chairwoman. Mrs. Tamika Myers, Secretary Treasurer. Mr. Jamie L. Devine, Parliamentarian. Dr. Aaron Bishop, Member. Mrs. Beatrice King, Member. Mr. Robert Lomanak, Member. District Administration, Dr. Craig Witherspoon, Superintendent. Dr. Sherry Vesey, Chief of Staff. Dr. Sandra Brazard, Chief of Teaching and Learning. Dr. Meandre Prince, Executive Directors of School. School Administration, Mrs. Cheryl Lawson Wilson, Assistant Principal. Mr. Ekemon Montgomery, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Latana Williams, Assistant Principal. Dr. Nathaniel Nelson, Assistant Administrator.
Good morning, Board of School Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon, Mr. Whaley, faculty, staff, parents, family, and the courageous class of 2022. I'm Quintera Carter, your 2022-2021 salutatorian. We actually did it. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of our high school career, high school graduation. We have worked extremely hard to get where we are now and should give ourselves a round of applause. We should also give our parents and guardians a round of applause. We started as freshmen not knowing anything about high school, coming into a new environment and making it our own. We joined clubs, athletic teams, and made new friends, becoming close with many of our teachers and staff. Most of us made Keenan like our second home. The staff and administration at Keenan have watched us grow and become young adults. Now we're moving on to the real world. Some of us will go to college, some of us will get jobs, and some of us will enter the military. But we'll always have a connection as the graduating class of 2022. The real world is a scary place. Some of us will be alone, and some of us will have people to back us up. Nothing can prepare you for what's coming next, but life will give you many obstacles to overcome. In the words of Fred DeVito, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. But I know all of us are strong enough to push through and keep going because we are champions. We are Keenan Raiders, and we are the graduating class of 2022.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. It's all very simple to see what we need. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope. Let me show you the way. Listen to the sound of my voice. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. We are the future. Help us believe. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope. Let me show you the way. Take my hand. Now look in my eyes. Tell me what you see. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope. Let me show you the way. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope. Let me show you the way. Show you the way. My voice is calling. Show you the way. My voice is calling. Show you the way.
Good morning, Board of School Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon, faculty, staff, parents, and the resilient Raider class of 2022. I'm Chelsea Gordon. It is an honor to stand before you as your 2022 WJ Keenan High School Valedictorian. For the last 4 years, we have started out the day hearing the words of countless unknown champions. This morning, however, I would like to share the words of a well-known champion, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Ironically, I was afforded the opportunity to share my expectations of high school as a freshman on my first day of school during an interview with Watch News. I was young, eager, and excited to speak then. Today, whether by chance or a blessing, I am once again fortunate to have the honor to share with my esteemed classmates, loved ones, and cherished faculty during graduation, our very last day of high school. Writing this speech was challenging because our high school experiences were unconventional and far from normal. Many of us have recognized our class as the forgotten ones. Because of COVID-19, we didn't have junior prom. We left sophomore year and then came back as seniors. The whole world changed before our eyes. We even endured losing our treasured classmate, Donasia Robinson, who truly embodied the heart of a Raider. Because of my academic accomplishments, many do not know that my high school experience was riddled with hardships. October of freshman year, my mother, an English teacher here, lost her leg. I had to temporarily live with my grandparents in Orangeburg so my dad could support my mother through her recovery. During this time, I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning just to make it to school on time. Competitive dance practice made for longer evenings. When I made it home, I completed my homework and tried to make the best of a difficult situation. In November, my grandmother was also diagnosed with breast cancer, shortly after cardiovascular disease. To make matters worse, I injured my back, finished the year on homebound, and missed the remains of my competitive dance season. Prior to high school, I also lost a close friend, my granny, and I coped with my father's potential mortality before he received a heart transplant. Driving to school recently, a song captured my attention and spoke to my heart. I was feeling very low and reflecting on the losses during these past years, losses that were beyond our control. It was Janae Eiko's song, Ways. For those who are unfamiliar with it, the title is an acronym spelling WAYS, which means, why aren't you smiling? Even though it may seem like you don't really have reasons to smile, why aren't you smiling? Class of 2022. We made it. We did it. Through every frustration, trial, and tribulation, we did it. I hope that each of you have found reasons to smile, especially today. Because of our hard work and achievements, we are collectively crossing the finish line. We can finally smile and be proud of ourselves. We are high school graduates, so please take the time to genuinely smile. I share my story because I want to be a beacon of hope for everyone. I didn't have very many positive experiences and memories, but I still put my best efforts forward, kept going, trusted in the signs, remembered that everything takes time, realized everything will be fine, and in the end, remained smiling. In the wise words of Janae, life can get wild when you're caught in the whirlwind. Lost in the whirlwind, you're chasing the wind. You gotta understand, there's really no end, there's really no beginning. There's really no real, there's really no pretending. There's really no fail, there's really no winning. Because nothing really isn't, everything really isn't. That's why I keep going. Seniors, if you take anything from my speech today, please remember, no matter what happened in the past, you still have your future ahead of you, and only you have the power to make it yours. It is okay to go through a loss to obtain a win. Class of 2022, remember, we are champion Raiders. Keep going, keep pushing, keep smiling, and remember, the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Good morning. There are two groups of people who have been extremely instrumental in helping our young people make it to this day. Parents and guardians, please stand at this time. Let's give them another round of applause. Last but not least, let's recognize the greatest faculty in the world, our WJ Keenan High School teachers. Give them a round of applause. To our Board of School Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon, platform guests, parents, guardians, faculty, and staff of WJ Keenan High School, and to the class of 2022, the class that came back to school face to face after battling a pandemic for nearly 2 years in a virtual environment, and despite all of the challenges, made it to the finish line. Champion Raiders, this is your day. And as we inhale, and as we exhale, I am reminded by an old high school friend. His name is Jimmy Bradley, who said to breathe is worth more than $1 billion. He said to breathe is worth more than a building. 3 days later, he died of COVID-19. So the question is, how are you going to spend each breath? The time is now. Tomorrow is not promised. So how are you going to spend today? Are you going to change the world? Are you going to make a significant difference? Eric Thomas said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Class of 2022, I want you to understand this and never, ever forget it. You have the power to choose. You can be an astronaut. You can be an engineer, heart surgeon. You can be the CEO. You can even be a teacher, an entrepreneur. You can choose to let your voice be heard. Now, although the last 4 years have been engaging, there have been some fun times, it's been educational, sometimes difficult, hard, challenging. We lost lives. Amari. Hashtag let's do it for Donnie. Give it up. You have the power to choose greatness. Embrace these times. This is the class that I refer to as the Do It First champions. During your time here, you have experienced the first back-to-back-to-back three-peat 3A girls basketball state champions. You've experienced the first gold chapter rating, 3-star national rating, and governor citation for growing leaders in our FFA and Ag Science program. Give it up. The first time ever in the history of WJ Keenan High School, our soccer team made the 3A girls soccer playoffs. This is the first year we've had magnet graduates, the first. You see, the class of 2022 is a class of many firsts. I challenge you to go out and make a difference. Every day is a day to be greater. I challenge you to change the planet with whatever you decide to do. You see, there are many graduates here today who have had to fight through adversity, difficult situations, which is why we encourage you to embrace this day, make it count, and move forward with undeniable passion. You see, it's that undeniable passion that will help you continue on your journey, even when times get tough, because they will. And you'll feel like quitting. You'll feel like giving up. You'll feel like changing direction, but you can't. because you have that burning desire. You understand that this is bigger than you. You understand that the power is not only to change your circumstances, but the trajectory of your entire family. Our class of 2022 is full of young leaders with vibrant ideas. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Through all the challenging lessons, endless hours of homework, long practices, working on progress, virtual classes, going on school trips, and staying the course, you finally made it to this day. Congratulations. Now, I want to leave you with this final thought. And I usually say this at the beginning of each day. Good morning, Champion Raiders. We believe in you and promise to provide an environment where you will learn, thrive, and ultimately change the world. In the words of an unknown world champion, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. We truly expect our graduating class of 2022 to change the world. We believe in you. We support you. We are, in fact, counting on you because you are forever a champion Raider. Thank you. To Dr. Craig Witherspoon, and to the Board of Commissioners on behalf of Richland County School District 1. And as principal of WJ Keenan High School, I do certify that each senior has met the standards in the state of South Carolina requires, as well as Richland County School District 1 for graduation, and they are ready to receive their diplomas.
Keenan High School, class of 2022. How are you doing this morning? Ready to walk across this stage, aren't you? We're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there. I would first like to welcome to your graduation Richland County Councilwoman, Ms. Gretchen Barron, District 7. If you would stand and be recognized, please. And we thank you for coming out and helping to celebrate this class, this day, at this school. You've heard some very inspiring words from our salutatorian, our valedictorian, and certainly Mr. Whaley, Principal Whaley. And I would just like to say this to you. Continue to stay the course. Continue to set goals, dream big, and do those things to make it happen. Because of the adversity and things that we've all gone through, but what you have gone through these last 4 years of your high school career, you can make it to that next step. We love you, we have faith in you, and we will be here for you. Commissioner Clyburn, on behalf of the state of South Carolina and Richland School District 1, I do certify that each senior has met all requirements of the state of South Carolina and Richland School District 1, and I do request the release of their diplomas.
Yes. Good morning, class of 2022. Mighty, mighty, mighty Raiders of WJ Keenan High School. On this sunny and warm morning, you are one day closer to achieving your goals each of you have set and fulfilling your dreams for your future. Even the goals and dreams you have yet to imagine. A special note towards some of the Raider accomplishments, yet again state champions, and numerous academic achievements, some of them national. I just want to take a minute, to impart hopefully some useful thoughts. After these last couple of years and some months, I want to say job well done. The challenges and tragedies we have faced within our own families, whether from COVID, even public safety concerns within our communities, you persevered, you survived. You have done so due to your individual determination, combined with support from your team. Now, when I talk about the team, some think mostly about our awesome educators, our lovely parents, but we shouldn't overlook the company you keep. Your friends and your acquaintances should want you involved in positive activities. If you have decided to attend college, begin your career in the military or workforce, continue to surround yourselves with positive thinkers and those who act positively. As you leave this place to embark on your journey, don't forget about the other parts of your team, the organizations and programs that supported you thus far. Come back when you can and give back. Give back by demonstrating to those who come behind you how the investment poured into you has benefited you. Remain connected to your community and to Richland District 1, because now more than ever, our hopes and dreams live on through each and every one of you. Dr. Witherspoon, as a member of the Richland 1 Board of School Commissioners and on behalf of the other commissioners, I accept your recommendation and release the diplomas to the seniors of WJ Keenan High School, with the understanding that they have met all graduation criteria for Richland School District 1 and the state of South Carolina. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2022.
Graduates, please come forward. Ebony Serene Munira Abdul Rahman. I need y'all cards. Janira Aliana Adams. Sam Saad Alakil. Deja Takira Alston. Aaliyah Peaches Anderson. Darius Andrew Anderson. Willia Brittany Barr. Sydney Ayana Bell. Amani Noreen Nicole Benthal Gadsden. Nigel Xavier Miguel Blanding. Maevan Isaiah Bryce. Angela Jamaria Brown. Justice Malik Brown. Royce Balaam Brown. Jaquan Allen Londell Bullock. Demetrius Ezekiel Burton. Kamari Broderick Canty. Qantas Antoine Demetrius Carlos Jr. Genius Jamie Chambers. Sweetheart. Rayana Imani Chisholm. Javen Lamar Clark. Orion Tyler Hicks Cook. Selena Faith Cooks. Norman DeAndre Counts. Christina Marie Davis. Angel Monique Doe. Tyreek Daquan Downing. Brianna Simone Dunbar. Jaleesa Dijon Edie. Samaje Demarius Marquise Eccles. Sweetheart, I need your card. Mariana Demare Edmond. Nevaeh Jeremiah Isaiah Edmonds. Sweetheart. Akira Elisa Edwards. Beyonce Solange Elam. Genesis Amarai Irabor. Dominique Artina Irvin. Layla Lee Esperanza. Tell me how to say it. Amaya Kai Natis Etheridge. Latarius Latif Evans. Sanasia Michelle Omaria Fisher. Rayshawn Tyrese Gant. Amaya Garrett. Amir Cartrell Foxworth. Sir. Tron Gibbs. Joseph Malik Gilmore Jr. Stanquan Lamont Gilliard. Jaden Jermaine Gibson. Gregory Isaiah Gogo. Leah Chantel Grant Sutton. Ebony Brianna Gray. Micaiah Barbara Gray. Alexia Neve Griffin Coleman. Alana Shanice Grooms. Raven Leanne Grooms. Xavier Antoine Hammond. Anari Toshiba Hampton. Indira Ann Hendricks. Anaya Quanae Ella Herndon. Ja'Cory Delon James Hickman. Davion Jamal Higgins. Tavion Jarrell Higgins. Torrance Tyrell Hingleton. Kayla Lorraine Jackson. Montrell Deshawn Jackson. Raekwon DeAven Jackson. Trayshawn Miller Jacobs. Elsarat Calvin James. Trinity LaRose James. Anaya Myasia Jenkins. Makai Andreas German. Ariana Nicole Johnson. Destiny Lachey Johnson. Jasmine Nicole Johnson. Jaavion Larquise Hosea Johnson. Michael Terrion Johnson. Trinity Ziane Johnson. Alvin Earl Jones III. Ashante Jamara Jones. Tayshawn Isaiah Jones. Vidal Lamont Jones. Jamari Ramel Joyner. Casey Shamaya Kennedy. William Andrew Anthony Kershaw. Jalea Sylvia Napper. Olin Krishan Knox. Kayla Bertrice Laval. Najora Truasia Lawrence. Angelica Rose Teresa Leggett. Ashari Nikhil Lewis. Tatiana Nicole Ladd. Natayla Topanga Linwood. Desiree Patrina Livingston. Erinay Nicole Lorick. Jariq Xavier Zaquan Mangum. Anthony Lee Matthews. Tyasia Zakiria Mayo Hinton. Tyler Dietrich McBride. Jada Amara McCullough. Carlos Ramon McDaniels Jr. Seth Sheridan McIntosh. Tahira Middleton. Takayla Julia May Millhouse. Marisha Mary Leola Miller. Chase Raquel Mitchell. Dayana Alexia Moody. Zaria Tiaja Moody. Jayla Cherie Moore. Lucius Donnell Moultrie III. DeAndre Antoine Moy. Kaylee Nelson. Samaya Noel Nelson. Tidarius LeBron Noble. Pass me your card, baby. Hadrian Andreas Nolly. Jalen Ori. Tynasia Osbia. Jermaine Alexander Anton Outing. Nicholas Kingston Hartman Jr. Shaquari Denise Patterson. Isabel Rose Piper. Fantasia Lorraine Pleasant. Gregory Stewart Porty Jr. Kalia Danielle Priester. Torian Jerron Prelude. Travion Santana Malik Prophet. Cameron Alexander Reed. Shamira Victoria Richardson. Zanaya Crystal Riley. Javion Dontrell Robinson. Ketwan Jamichael Robinson. Elias Miguel Santiago. Dakari Savon Scott. Jordan Nigel Schuler. Janaya Avriel Simmons Garrett. Angel Nicole Sims. Danaya Kimori Deanna Sims. Marissa Chantel Sims. Elizabeth Marcella Smith. Kenyana Samaria Phoebe Smith. Micah Nakaya Smith. Xavier Tavares Smith. Eric William Steele. Malachi Raymond Steffen. Yalacia Janae Strain. Tashawn Malik Tart. Keandra Tashay Taylor. Ayana Lani Levon Thomas. Darius Rashad Tompkins. Jacob Allen Trigg. Catherine Victor. Brianna Raynell Waden. Caleb Farron Walker. Naeem Antoine Walker. Stephen Marcel Walker. Zachary Dean Washington. Victoria Joan Anna Webb. Tiana Imani West. Herlasia Delisha Williams. Deshaun Maurice Williams. Jakarian Lamont Williams. Marquise Shanae Williams. Cohen Adrian Wilson. Elijah Dejon Woods. Stanley Kenneth Wright III. Sir. Makai Skylar Young. Isaiah Elijah Muhammad. Shania Ivory Scott. Naira Eloise Myasia Johnson. Alexis Demeen Corbin, Jr. Brian O'Neill Rice, Jr. Kamaria Vereen Harvin. Quintera Malakia Carter. Chelsea Taylor Gordon. Amari Harley and Don Adrian Robinson.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2022. Graduates, you may now stand. You may now turn your tassels. Let's remain standing for the alma mater.
And I, we do adore thee, evermore we praise thy name. Fill our lives with zeal and courage as we live from day to day. Guardian of our halls of learning, Blessed Mother of the free, teach us how to love each other as we seek and learn to be.
Graduates, please exit to my left.
That's it?